Yeah, I have it in Shopify.
Oh, uh-huh.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, maybe it'd be nice if we took a visit to wherever it is and you could show us some of the stuff.
It would, wouldn't it? Maybe
I think
I
that's
can
a great idea right off the top of the bat there, in case you weren't aware of it, Crazy Pop Mom. We are now live, but we kind of started streaming partway through that conversation. Right off the bat, why don't you let us know let people know what we were talking about to begin with there, and kind of start from the beginning. And Rick, you're pretty good at being able to pull stuff up and do the screen share thing. Are you able to pull that up? What's the Shopify thing we're looking
give
for
me
there,
a
Crazy
second,
Pop Mom?
and I will put it in this chat, and then whoever's good enough can put it in the main chat of the.
You're gonna put the link into the YouTube chat.
I'll put it in here, and then somebody can figure out the rest of it. But give me just a second.
Okay.
Because like you, Uncle Rick,
it might
I'm
work.
old and I'm a dinosaur, and I don't know how to do fucking nothing. So give me a second.
It might work, and it might not, but we'll see. I'm going to say any minute now. I'm going to say welcome to chat. But first I got to bring them up on chat.
Okay.
So,
I see. Look at this.
Who's here though?
Even little Princess Prophet Pissy Pants shows up. Brother.
Oh,
glad to be back, guys.
Welcome.
Miss you, man.
Welcome.
So, how's everybody doing?
good to see you, man. Good to see you.
Thanks, Rick. I miss you.
I miss you too. Almost as much as I miss you, almost as much as your mom.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna put it right out there.
Another room for you, bro.
Oh yeah, you guys all had good time in there. I literally walked in the door about 4 minutes before we hit go on this. Like, had the Zoom pre-show going on my phone because my daughter, she went for a sleepover at her best friend's house, and we kind of didn't get the word until about not even an hour ago. So it's like, okay, get the Mad Dash to do that. And then her dad is also one of my favorite people and one of the best people I know. So, and I will, if I go to do something like, say, borrow a tool, drop my kid off or something like that, and I have a friendly enough relationship where we'll smoke joints and stuff, I will legitimately feel guilty and bad if I don't give you enough of my time to at least, hey man, let's smoke a joint. And then, it's a reciprocal thing. You'll light a joint, smoke that, they'll light one, smoke that kind of thing. And so, I had to smoke a joint with my boy Jake, because he's like I said, I work with this dude every day just about, and he's just like, he's one of the few people that just, he's one of those so mellow that he doesn't piss you off. He doesn't agitate you. He just so mellow, low key. What a cool fucking guy. And yeah. Anyways, so that's why I delayed. Walk in the door about 4 minutes before go time, and here we are, ready for a great show tonight. Crazy Pop Mom, she's gonna fucking tell us some great news about her artwork, and we can find some of it. Really excited. Really excited for you, Crazy Pop Mom.
Thank you.
Yeah, for sure. So
and I'm like ready, and I was just telling you guys that I'm actually ready. I have maybe 5 little things to do, but they seem really, really small compared to everything I've done all week to get ready for this. So I'll be ready by 1 o'clock in the morning, and I don't have to start until 11. So.
Okay, so wish me luck. We'll see if we can share the screen here. I hope I've got your Shopify page up. Let me see what. Okay, can you see anything?
Oh yes, you do. Okay, so go to catalog right there at the top. It says in really small. Yeah, right there, and it should give you a better. Yeah, there you go.
Oh, beautiful! These are acrylic. These are acrylic necklaces and so on.
Yeah, so it's my pour painting that you see on my wall. I just made it smaller so I could get it across the border. Not that it's not able to be paintings across the border, don't get me wrong. Just it's like over $100 to do that, and it just seems not fair. So I did this so I could still share my paintings with you guys and not be so expensive.
Wow, that's really beautiful.
That is awesome.
I don't know why it's acting so weird. There you go.
Well, give Rick the keys to the castle.
It's reading my site too. I'm new to how to make it. So.
That's the secret is allowing me to share the screen. Okay, so
right.
No, that's some really cool stuff you got there. Okay, where can I?
I just made is completely different than this stuff.
Okay, okay. Sorry. Where would I go from here?
Oh, down at the bottom, there's a page 2. Did you just jump back up, or is this the page 2?
This is I believe it's page 2.
Yep, it looks different. Yep, it's different.
Yeah. You got some really cool stuff going on here.
And then there's page 3, which has the paintings on it. There you go.
Yeah. Okay, now across that painting you have Crazy Pop Mom, but that doesn't show up on the original.
It does not. No, that's just for jerks that want to steal my stuff after I work so hard. Anyway, the bottom there are my trays. So,
yeah.
They turn out fabulous. Even if the tray underneath, like I paint them black, even if it comes through, it gives it the coolest look. Like this one here, see the dots in between? It's just neat. I don't know what to say.
Yeah.
I like my own stuff. I can't even tell you different.
That's beautiful.
And like this one glows under the dark, the black light. So
the other
look that you would see.
And like you say, that's one of a kind.
They all are, yes, absolutely. Yeah. I've tried to even take the same exact colors, and they mix differently when you put them on the next canvas, and it's super bizarre. So
of course, cool. Well, that's cool. Nice.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yes, hey, no so exciting for you, Crazy Pop Mom. If I can talk
too.
I'm a little high
I
today.
am too, Paul. I really am. I'm like doing one of these. Okay, come on. And last time I was like, I don't know about this. So I do feel a lot better this time. I'm glad.
Oh yeah. Your experience will bring you confidence. Absolutely.
Yeah. It helps that I get to see more people now. You know, it's easier to talk to people face to face if you've actually had human contact in 3 years.
And you get a couple of sales under your belt. That's going to give you more confidence. Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, my last show I sold like 6 necklaces and something else. Oh, a couple of paintings on my last show. So I was like, oh. So people in Ontario actually like my stuff too. It's not just everybody so far across the border. Because I did worry about that. I was like, yeah, well, I can sell my ass off, but I don't know anybody here. How am I supposed to actually like make myself known around here? I don't know anyone in my town. But if I went to Oklahoma or Michigan, they'd be like, oh, Crazy Pop Mom!
Well, here's a suggestion, Crazy Pop Mom. Why don't you just get arrested in your own town? Everybody will know you then.
Oh, see, there's where I'm going wrong. I've never had a record. Jesus.
Also, I want to say happy late birthday, Crazy Pop Mom. And speaking of birthdays, Johnny's in the house. So happy birthday, Johnny, too. So happy birthday, Johnny. People.
What, today?
Yeah.
Today?
Right
on.
Happy birthday, buddy. Happy birthday, Johnny.
Johnny's not exactly chilling out on the couch either. What do you got going on today, brother?
We're down here in Florida at this Long Bar Pub and Grill. I'm starved. I ain't ate all day besides that breakfast bar before I got on the plane. So
you're down in Florida. Right on, man.
Yeah, I came down. I was hoping to see Mr. Rods, but I don't know where he is. I'd like to go out on the ocean.
Okay.
Boy, just gonna go all scarce on you like that when you come down to see him, eh? What the hell's going on there?
I noticed that somebody said he was missing the other day. He must have known you were showing up.
I think we need a dab frog for Johnny's birthday.
Oh,
Ribbit.
Hoobie, you
My
the man.
dabs
Good
aren't
call.
here yet.
Give me 1 sec here. It always takes me.
Maybe we should do back-to-back dab frogs, one for Crazy
show?
Pop Mom and
There
John.
you go.
Since, you
Oh,
know,
Yes,
okay.
let's get Alabaka.
No, we're in the
This is
show.
the show.
So,
Here's Chef.
what are you
What's up,
trimming,
man?
G-Babe?
this is Northern Lights autoflower, which is kind of funny because I just found 2 little buds on the very bottom that were just full of seeds. Did I have a herm on it? I don't know. Weird. I got dabs somewhere.
Oh, yeah, we're gonna do both of those, weren't we? It's apparently I'm a little bit spaced out, not too on the ball.
Perfect. 2 dabs will fix that.
I know, right? Well, and plus I'm running the fucking controls right now, so it's like I haven't done even one yet since we started doing this. So I'm gonna have to go hard, go fast, and just like fucking get the Men in Black deneuralizer right in the face. It's gonna be amazing. That's like my favorite thing. I was talking to I think over at CCC tour today and talking about getting like too high, right? He's like, don't get too high, brother. And then he's like, can you even get too high? And I was like, no, I don't know at this point. Like, I'm one of those people where like when the anxiety sets in or you start hearing ringing in your ears and shit like this, I'm like, holy fuck, this is not normal. I better smoke another one or hit another fucking dab to see if we can just like ramp this fucker up to 9. And from I'm still searching for 11. I've yet to find cannabis that'll take me all the way to 11. That's why we're shooting for 9, and then probably we'll get there eventually. I'm hoping.
I think 11 is going to sleep, bro.
Say again.
I think 11 is going to sleep.
Or fucking just running a fucking marathon because that gets your ass up out of the couch, fucking sativa style stuff.
Oh, that shit. Yeah, I don't mess with that speed stuff, man.
That's the stuff that'll get me like my ears ringing right there. I find is like I remember the Lemon Jeffrey's done that to me before. It's just like whoa,
Looking for your keys in your hand. You're on your third lap of the house.
Pretty much, yeah.
Ah, fuck. Oops.
Oh, I want to give a shout out. A mail call came for me. The major sent me those seeds, the Kelly Time Kelly and the Primal Punch Time Kelly. So I'm super excited to pop some new beans along with Raiders. Very, very cushion stuff. Sorry for murdering it, Raider.
Yeah.
Paula names everything what she wants to name it, and you just go with the flow.
I don't know. I'm kind of with Paula on that because I fucked that one up myself a few times. But I was all openly say if it's even remotely questionable, I'm almost guaranteed to fuck up a name. It's just, you know, we're all human. It's all like you're intended to do it.
I also want to give a
seen
shout out.
Go ahead.
Sorry, Paula. So the other day, Tara said, "Hey, everybody, Crazy Pop Mom still needs 50 people on her YouTube. You want to help her out?" And y'all jumped on board. Ding, 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 ding. So I want to give a shout out to Blue Kiss because she was my 50th person and she is going to help me go live tomorrow. Woo, woo, woo.
Blue Kiss is
so
the
I'm
shit.
excited. So, and then Kate said she would come if she was closer, which I thought that was pretty cool. So shout out to Kate too. Thank you.
So is that a YouTube policy? You need to have 50 subscribers before you can go live?
Or you have to be a long-time person. Now I have Crazy Crafty Mom for like 20 stupid years or something crazy, and not really, but you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I go, no, I'm going to start my new one with my crazy pop mom, because that's a whole new company. No, stupid dumbass. You should have used that name. You could have went live immediately. So just in case anybody wants to know that, don't fucking change your name. Switch over and go boop, 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 and keep everything that you had going on. It was so stupid.
And just
anyway.
change your name. That's all.
Yep. Like if you were like Uncle Rick and you were like, no, I'm gonna change it to a company name and I'm gonna sell my paintings. Do it under Uncle Rick, because Uncle Rick has privileges, man. Because Crazy Crafty Mom has hella privileges, but I have none.
I may be mistaken on this, but I think it's possible that the way that the YouTube ruling is, if you want to go live on your phone, you have to have 50 subs.
Yes.
I think because I recall starting this channel.
You're usually somewhere out in the world. You're not like, oh, I've got my laptop and my you know what I mean? You're not running around the fucking neighborhood like this. So you're pretty much wanting to be on your phone when you go live. And I get that I can use my computer. I've done the lives already.
Yeah.
That is not what you want to do when you're running around town. You want to go, oh my God, okay, hey guys. You know what I mean? Like you ain't pulling out your laptop in the middle of the highway or wherever the hell you're at.
Exactly.
Or I'm not.
I feel like somebody's wandered into my house, stole my can of butane, and absolutely nothing else.
It was fucking Casper.
I've thought many times after hanging up all my pot that somebody came in about 3 days later and but they only stole half of it. They left the other half for me. But then I realized it was shrinkage. So there you go.
Isn't that always so disappointing when you get like, say you get that like extra giant dick of a cola, and you're just, I can't wait to see what that weighs out to or whatever, and then you just see it slowly fucking, especially if it started off as kind of loose and airy to begin with, then it seems to shrivel even more. You're just like, that wasn't nearly as satisfying as I wanted it to be.
Nope.
Either is bud rot outside.
What?
I said either is bud rot outside. A couple of my big colas have I had this plant that decided to flower super early.
In the duffel bag, you still haven't unpacked.
And you're already noticed some bud rot?
They brought it back.
So I've clipped it out and I'm pushing it a couple more days. Like they're already here. I got one little piece I brought inside. So.
They brought back your butane. It's nice when they steal it and they bring it back.
Well, no, she went out and bought it just that quick like that. She's trying to be all modest and say she didn't do that and say I just lost it and left it in the duffel bag when I came back from out of town. But it's just she's just being modest dog, because I would never forget something like that. She's Sorry, G-Bay, go ahead, brother.
Hey, no worries, man.
Did you check the trichomes?
Yeah, they're pretty clear.
Yeah, so it's a little early, but
earlier enough at this point. Kind of, it sucks because I've been through this so many times outdoors where you see one little spot of botrytis and you're like, okay, no big deal, we'll clip it out of there, and then it just becomes a daily thing, and then eventually your buds start looking like hacked up cobs of corn. You know what I mean? Like they're just like missing chunks. And
and the trouble is that you're cutting out the stuff that is visible to the eye. The trouble is that mold is still in there.
Oh,
you just you can't see it. Yeah.
Some the worst is when I'm removing some, and even the snip of the scissors, like the click of the scissors.
And you see a puff.
You'll see it in the sunlight. You're like, what do you do?
Yeah. Well, yeah, but has the weather really been that shitty this year? I thought
it's been like 30, somewhere between 25 and 30, and like high humidity for now.
Okay,
so
it's the humidity
thing.
Yeah,
but they're fat enough. Like they've got some girth and some size to them. Like they're decent buds, but the problem is they're going to be like not an effective, like, you know, they're not going to get you real ripped, I don't think, but whatever.
And so tell me again the strain the strain.
Strain was Tropical Kush. I don't know any breeder information. It was some seeds from a friend. I put it outside. It flowered early, and I was like, oh, I'm waiting for it to re-veg, just like every other one that fucking flowers early when I put them outside. And it never did. It just continued to stack buds, and it's got a forearm sized cola, like the main cola, right? And there's another 20 or so, you know, pop bottle size ones all around the plant. So I'm like, fuck.
That's incredible. God, I'd sure love an opportunity to try that out here. Because we have a lot drier humidity here.
Yeah, I think it was you, Raider, today saying that you would have had the best year this year outdoor down south where it hadn't rained in so long. We deal with it every year in Ontario. Where I am in Ontario is just fucking sucks.
What, a humidity? The rain or humidity or
end
both?
Of year kind of rot, and it's just it's not a good finish up climate for cannabis, or something kind of needs to be a little more windy and arid or something, right? I'm sure if you had a certain section on your farmland or something, but it was windy. But pretty good though.
Yeah, it's always good to jump into chat and see these statements and think, what the hell are they talking about now? See, Marcus, good to see you, my friend. It's just Beelzebub. It says McDonald's had paper straws. Now, what the fuck is that all about? Now I got to go back and find out about the papers. I thought about it because today I went through Tim Hortons and got a big iced coffee. And it's like, it's a paper straw. So you're getting about halfway through the coffee and the straw starts to go.
Uncle Rick, you have to do this with your straw. This foam won't bend, but you have to put your straw up like this and keep it out of the liquid. It's the only way to work with those stupid straws. So every time you drink it, you put it in the liquid. But then when you stop, you take it back out and just kind of lean it. I swear to God, it's the only way to keep from like.
God.
But it's wrapped in plastic, which is pretty ironic.
No, ours aren't.
So they went from paper covers, plastic straws to paper covers to paper straws to plastic covers.
What a fucking joke.
Yeah, we had them over here for a little while, but.
Well, if you're going to cover them in plastic, you're defeating the purpose. Like, at least they're covered in paper here.
Oh,
Bees made a good suggestion. Bring your own straw. I know. And I was almost gonna get a baked spaghetti today in town to go because of my buddies over at the flea market, the farmers market. But when they give you the baked spaghetti, they give you these the plastic cutlery. Like, what the fuck? Like, you're trying to cut and it breaks, and so I got to bring my own utensils from home if I'm gonna have a big spaghetti.
That's so funny. Yeah, I bought us all glass straws. The minute they told us they were bringing paper straws out, I was like, oh, hell no. And I don't like metal. So I was like, what else can you use? And then I was at like one of these events, and not for myself, but just shopping. And I was like, what are those? She says, they're glass straws. Well, they were blue and red and yellow and all these gorgeous colors. I was like, give me one of every color. And she's like, and I've got little things to clean them. So I went out of there with like a handful of crap because I was like, yes, glass straws. I say to my daughter, I say, did you break any yet? She goes, no, they're really good and they're really thick. So it was well worth the money. That was like probably 6 years ago that I bought them. Definitely.
Hey, Stoney.
Cheers, Stoney.
What up, Stoney?
What up, Stoney?
What up,
Caribou? Is that you, or you kind of look like the dude from Jethro Tull now?
That's like a compliment,
is
man. That's pretty good. I've been called a lot worse things than that. Believe you me.
I don't think that's a bad thing.
No. It could be
anyways.
Yeah. How you doing, man?
I'm doing all right. Hanging in there.
What are you smoking on tonight?
I think, I was smoking some Chem PK, but now we're on to Purple Turban I found stashed away somewhere. Forgot about it. Found it.
How's your back treating you, Stoney?
Way better. Way better. Thank you.
Oh, that's good to hear. Good to hear. Yeah, I saw you over on Eagle the other night. Of course, Eagle's got his dapper new shirts on and plaid shirts, and holy shit, really dressing up over there.
Be like Johnny Carson soon. Finally, could be like Epic Man.
Yeah.
Ooh, that would be cool if you could do that. You know, the guys talk.
You could be like the Max Weinberg part of that, doing like on the Conan, be the drum roller there. That'd be awesome, Stoney. That'd be your big break right there.
I got to get up by Uncle Rick though. He's got the desk.
I got the what?
And he remembers Johnny Carson.
I was at the Tonight Show with Johnny Carson twice. I was there. One night he was a host, and night I'll remember. The next time I went, and of course they never let you know if he's going to be there or not. The next time I went, the guest hosts were the Muppets, the fucking Muppets, and it was
that would have been awesome.
The Muppets were the guest host, and I'll think of her name, a redhead, Bernadette Peters was a guest, and it was so amazing because you're watching it live on the stage, and then there's monitors, of course, there's TV monitors everywhere, and so you watch it live, and you can see the puppeteer and with the mannequin and moving everything around. But then you look up on this monitor and you don't see that part, of course. You just see the characters. So you really get an idea of the background and so on. So anyway, they broke for a commercial, and when they came back, the Muppets, I forget who, but could have been Kermit, was sitting where Johnny would normally sit. And then Bernadette Peters was sitting on the couch. And so then she started singing a song. And then, so she's sitting on the couch. And then a little while later, partway through the song, one of the Muppets like pops up like over her shoulder, and they're singing together. And then a little while later, another Muppet pops up over here. And before long, there's a shitload of Muppets, and I'm only watching the monitor. And then suddenly I look down on the stage, and there's all these fucking characters laying on the ground and rolling back and moving this and to show this thing on TV. It was cool.
That's cool.
Yeah. I used to love the Muppets, man. Like that was a cool. I didn't know that I was watching such a cool show at the time. You know, sitting at Grandpa's house watching them like Muppets. That kind of neat, like cool. But then I never really got the fact that they brought on these adult characters, like the adult. It was a weird mix. I know that I look back, like a kid's kind of like show with the Muppets and everything, right? But then an adult guest.
It was a little bit ahead of its time. The Muppets, actually.
You're stuck at home with the kids. Well, fuck, throw on the Muppets.
Sesame Street on acid is really cool. I'm just saying, okay? Just saying.
I was a big fan of the hecklers, the two old men in the booth.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I was gonna bring those up. Those two guys were the best.
Oh yeah.
The scientist guys, Beaker and the other dude.
Beaker and fucking
me. Yeah. Oh, and it was the what was that? The Swiss Chef? Swiss Chef or whatever.
Yeah.
Yes, Tony, that's who I was thinking of, the freaking goofy chef. That's awesome.
The Swedish Chef. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Put the chicken in the pot. Do. Childhood memories. And it blew my mind when I found out later on that Snuffleupagus was actually Big Bird's imaginary friend for a while.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, man. I thought it was real shit.
Snuffleupagus, yeah, he was just
I see fucking Hawes thing about how he loves Uncle Rick talking about things that happened 90 years ago. And it's funny because as he's going on, like Johnny Carson, Bernadette Peters, all this stuff, I'm like, how many, like, there's an entire generation of people out there that have absolutely no fucking clue who he's talking about. Now, lucky for us, there's none of them. We don't have to worry. None of them are actually watching this show because there's only like 5 people watching this show, and you know, we're all in the upper echelon of the ages, so to speak. So we actually do know that, but it's funny. You talk to a lot of people. It'd be, well, Johnny Carson. That'd be a lot of the younger kids might know the name, but probably don't actually know who he is. And Bernadette Peters,
YouTube them and check it out. You'll laugh your ass off because, man, the guests he had on there were, oh God, Don Rickles, man, holy fuck, man. You want to talk about laugh, that guy?
Well, you think about like getting on to Johnny Carson. That was how a lot of comics back in the day. That was how you made it or made it once you got on there. So it's like and bands as well, right? Bands playing once you get on, John.
Stand-up comedians.
Guys, you guys remember Rich Little, don't you? Wasn't he Canadian?
Yeah.
The guy used to do the voices and shit.
Yeah, he's Canadian.
He was always on there too, man. He was fucking hilarious. He used to do Nixon. There's another one. Sorry, Karen, but we're bringing your show back. Hey, we should have a 70s show.
Fuck, I can be down with that. Just on like, well, so if you're gonna get into the 70s, man, you're like, so we're talking stand-up comedy. Now you're getting into Richard Pryor, you're getting into George Carlin. My daughter is named after George Carlin. That's it. Her middle name is Carlin, and that was before I even met her mom. I knew if I ever had a kid, like either George or Carlin was gonna be in the name somewhere. Kind of shit. Richard Pryor, oh buddy, we like yeah, let's talk kind of thing. Well, but then let's get into music. Stoney, me and you could sit here and chat that up. You know, oh, actually, here's one that I've got for you. I've been asking this. People are like, oh shit, he's gonna go on about concerts again. I just saw the band Sweet play up in Prince George not too long ago, and they were fucking phenomenal. Like they blew me out of the water. I knew I was gonna go in and see a bunch of good tunes that I knew, and it was gonna be great. Here's the deal: not one original member in the band. Not anyone that even played on Desolation Boulevard, because I actually brought the CD sleeve with me, hoping to get it signed. I figured you'd have 1 or 2 originals in the band at least, right? And they were just like, oh, kind of, we don't like this, makes us uncomfortable, kind of thing. None of us played. I was like, you know, hey, that's all good. I don't want you to sign it if you didn't play on it, so I didn't really want to be fucking rude, anyways, kind of thing. But I've kind of always had this thing about bands, like when there's no original members left in the band, like, what the hell, you're not that band anymore. You're my tribute band, and I've got nothing against tribute bands because that's kind of what I saw that night. But they were also one of the best live performances I've ever seen. Man, like they got some young kid named Patrick Stone from a band called Butterside out of LA, I believe, that I'd never heard of before. And this kid just fucking rocks it. He's running around. I think he's younger than I am up there playing with a bunch of like 70-year-olds and shit like that. But he's like stage diving and shit like that, you know. He's doing the song AC/DC. He's actually in the crowd, letting people scream into the microphone with him and shit like that. You're like, fuck, this is like mind blown. So what's your thoughts on bands that keep going after like all the originals are gone and stuff like that?
I'm with you. I think they should just give that up. If there's no original member, who is the band? The band is not there.
I think you should give it up as soon as one of the, I don't know, even like when Van Halen picked up Sammy Hagar. I mean, you know what I'm saying? It was never going to be the same band. It's different.
No, it was like a completely different band that was like, also, I love both Roth and Hagar. But they're both to me, I look at them as 2 completely different bands because the sounds were totally different. But they're both good depending on what you feel like listening to. Because my thing is, you know, if we were to subscribe to once there's no more original members in the band, you shut it down, which I was kind of my position beforehand. I would not have got to see that live performance that I got to see, that I was still raving at about 2-3 weeks later. now. So it's kind of that now I think about it like, well, because if they were just a sweet tribute band, they would not have gotten onto this bill. This bill is it's all 70s, 80s nostalgia bands, right? Like opening night was Harlequin, Trooper, and Nazareth. And to tell you the truth, I don't think there's any original members in Trooper either left.
What about Nazareth? Really? They got original guys in there still?
I think it's the same original singer, yeah.
Oh no shit.
And it was cool seeing them.
Oh yeah.
Some of them older bands now, they don't have any options about having other original members. They're no longer.
I get it.
Yeah.
I mean, I went on the Boo, and they were awesome. You know, I only saw 2 out of the 4. The other 2 were already gone. But for me, it wasn't about the music. It was just I got the dudes playing. You know, not so much. I mean, of course, I knew it was going to sound good. I mean, they've got, you know, some of the best fucking guys back in months. So
yeah, absolutely. Well, it's you say kind of same thing, guys. ZZ Top right now, they're touring without their bass player, right? So people are. I think Larry kind of was trolling me a bit about that too when I was posting up on Instagram.
Guitar player, right?
What's that?
Guitar player.
Bass player.
Guitar player. No, was it the bass player?
Yep.
Aren't they both gone now? I think they're both gone.
No. Frank Beard and Billy Gibbons are still playing. And, you know, they put on a great show. It was, you know, all the ZZ Top songs. Now, to me, or like Slayer is another one. I saw them on their last tour where it's like, you know, it's Jeff Hanneman, Dave Lombardo. They're not around, but you still got Kerry King there. You still got Tom Araya on vocals. It's almost like the best Slayer tribute band you're ever going to see kind of thing at that point. But, like, still glad I went.
I think there's only been really a few bands that, like, Pearl Jam comes, well, they're 90s, so they just come to mind because they've had like 20 different drummers. But it was not like nobody stuck around long enough when Matt Cameron came in, you know, stuff.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I just can't think of any bands where they got rid of somebody or maybe lost somebody where they were still like fucking awesome. I can't think of
any. The case could be made for AC/DC, but I'm more of a Bon Scott. Jesus Christ, what did I just say? I'm more of a Bon Scott guy myself. But I think you could make a case for AC/DC in that one. Where I'm glad they came back because you think of if they would have just stopped, or do you just go on and call that something different? Right? I think that's a case where it worked out really well. Or also, what about like Allison Chains? There's a band where once Lane Staley died, and I heard they were coming back with that Black Gives Way to Blue, I think it's called, album, their first one with William Duvall singing on it. I was pissed about that. I was like, no Lane Staley, no Allison Chains, one of those freaking hardcore fan type. Right? That album came out, and I read in like Revolver magazine, I think it was, which is I was very like I bought every month of that magazine kind of thing at the time. And they did one album of the year, and I was like, oh, for fuck's sakes, you know, talking snide ass shit about an album I hadn't even heard yet. And then it came to the point where I was like, okay, I got to check this out. And I was like, fuck yeah. Like, it's if you're looking for Lane Staley on there, like I guess you could find it. It kind of sounds really close in a lot of ways and at the same time. But when you kind of step outside the whole, it has to be Lane Staley singing or it's not, blah, blah, blah. And you're just like, think of it more of it's just different. It's not the same. Don't expect the same because you're not going to get that. And then all of a sudden it's like, no, this is a fucking phenomenal album. An album that I wanted to shit on. I shit on all the time before without hearing it. And then you hear it and you're like, yeah, I'm an asshole.
Yeah, you know what? You're right. I like them. I still like them. But I still, the one thing I had to get over was, I think Duval's awesome. Fucking guy can sing, but he sounds too much like Lane in areas, and I feel like that's weird to me. I don't know. It's like, I know what his natural voice is, but I know he's trying to work it to feel like, I don't know. It's a tricky situation because I'm trying to put myself in his shoes. And then if you sound completely different, then, so yeah, I don't know. I guess you would have to almost make it a different band, right? Rename it.
Everyone's just like afraid to talk.
No, I was going to leave the floor open. I didn't want to jump on it.
I'm not a big music head. I like music. I can give you a little bit of one-liners here and there, but as long as I can fucking bounce my head, tap my foot, shake my ass, I really don't care.
I love it. Actually, you know what? Actually, so here's something I wanted to do before the show, and this is actual legit. For about an hour and a half before the show started, and I got this before I had to go drop the kid off, actually, we were rocking out to Soundgarden and Audio Slave. It's like Chris Cornell Day. You know how it is. You hear a fucking song and you're like, okay, that's what I'm doing today. The song was Burden in my hand. So, I know they're like, in my opinion, one of the best singers ever. There's just, that guy has that gravel in his voice that just like, holy shit. And not every song is a banger, but I've never heard a band where every single song is amazing. So let's do a dab frog for Chris Cornell. And just like, what a phenomenal singer that dude was.
Right on.
Yep. Fire that shit up. Fuck yeah.
Shredder, I don't listen to Tina Turner. That's Hoobie. Hoobie started that. Thank you very much. But we love him. What's a love got to do? Got to do. Washa, Hoobie.
Oh,
How are you tonight, Hoobie?
doing pretty good. Doing pretty good. How are you, Paula? I see you hitting old Mother Loving Mo over there.
Right, the new one. It came in
Yeah.
Yep, I like it. It's nice. How are your plants doing?
Doing pretty good. I see Raider just smiling in the corner over there. What's he doing?
Chilling. He's like, nothing. I'm doing absolutely nothing. Prophet, what are you up to tonight? Like, I'm shocked to see you're not out skating, busting your ass again,
Yeah.
haunting houses or something.
Friday. No, no more skating for me, sir. Nope. It took me a little while to recover from that.
You done kissing ass now? You in the house after whatever it is you did wrong to get thrown out?
Oh yeah, you know me.
I would find my way back in. It's always great to see you, man. I'm glad you're back.
Yeah.
So how you doing, brother?
I'm doing well. Hey, real quick, shout out to everybody in the room. I love each and every one of you guys. Shout out to the Caribou crew. Shout out to you, Uncle Rick. Love all of you. Good to see y'all.
Solo's just trying to get one of them world famous Uncle Rick stem rubs. I don't blame you, Solo. They're fucking amazing. I've had it.
Whoa. I don't know nothing about growing. I don't know nothing. I
don't need to know about growing.
Yeah, you don't need to know about growing.
All you need to know is that you'll be smiling, grinning ear to ear like never before.
I feel like I do that all the time. How do you know? Uncle Rick Stem's gonna cheer me up. I could just be like, I'm just a stoner. It seems pretty cool.
Hey, Solo. I've been watching a few episodes of Weeds Wednesday, and that's a show that really is intent on prison prohibition and prisoner reform. Can you tell me a little bit about the host, Jeff Eichen? Do you know much about him?
Do I know a little bit about him? I might be able to help out. But before I do that, I would have to give a shout out to him. So I need everybody to go type his name on YouTube and go subscribe to his channel. Shout out to you, Uncle Jeff Eichen. So Jeff Eichen.
Go ahead. I'm gonna see if I can post a link in the chat. But in the meantime, I'm sorry for interrupting you.
Oh, no worries, no worries. Yeah. So real quick, Jeff Eichen is a prohibition, real life prohibition cannabis dude, all the way out on the West Coast, out in Seattle, Washington. And pretty much he just educates people on prohibition and really does get people out of prison. And he does call the 1-800 White House. So he really about that. So he's a really cool dude, down to earth. He does a lot of, takes a lot of photos. So he's in the cannabis, but he's all about freeing people of the plant.
Yeah, you can hear the passion in his voice when he talks about prohibition and so on. Yeah, see if we can find him. Oh.
The same passion within which we speak of Uncle Rick Stemrose.
No, nothing that passionate. Come on,
Rick. Don't be modest. Don't be so modest. It doesn't become you very well.
We know when you're lying, man.
What is it? It's called Weeds Plural Wednesday.
You should just type his name in, Jeff Eichen, and his YouTube channel should pop up. Hopefully.
Okay. Yeah,
he's not the first one to ever call Wednesday Weeds Wednesday. Not at all, because I checked into that and I was like, oh, this is a nightmare. What was the last name of Jeff? Because there was no way.
Because you might be on YouTube all day looking up Weed Wednesday. So that's
I think I'm pretty sure I found him here. So there we go. Yeah. So check him out. I mean, as you're all aware that we've got this the big chatathon coming up September the 18th, and I do believe that Jeff Eichen also has a fundraiser coming up for the Last Prisoner Project. What was that, Stolo? August the 23rd? I can't remember.
The 23rd, like in a couple of days. It's going to be somewhere in September. He's got some stuff going on. He has a lot of different projects he works on. So I got to go check with him on those dates. If you really want to be cool about it, Uncle Rick, you should actually not just post a YouTube channel in there. You might want to type in, posting the Project Freedom link in there too. That'd be really cool for people to go check that out.
I will. They got a fantastic website. And I hope once we've got things pretty much in place, I'm going to be going on a book signing tour. So I hope Jeff will have me on his show, and I'm going to be making the rounds and promoting the Last Prisoner Project fundraiser. So I'll see if I can find that link and throw it in there.
Uncle Rick, you have a book? I didn't know about that about you. Please tell me about your book. I didn't know you were an author. What's up?
Stem Rub 101. Come on.
No, seriously, I really didn't know you had a book, but I would love to hear more about it.
I'm serious. I'm serious. I do.
I just need to give a quick fist bump to Fluff. Got you, brother.
Oh, Uncle Fluff.
He knows what I'm talking about.
Oh, Uncle Fluff, where you at? How much longer I gotta wait to get into that Discord caribou room?
Okay, and there's the link for the Last Prisoner Project.
That's a scary place to be, Solo.
What's that?
That's a scary place to be in our Discord.
I thought the scary place was Uncle Rick's show. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I said that well.
Good call.
That's what he was saying. Okay. That's what he said. By the way, a little bit of exciting news about the Last Prisoner Project. I actually, Goddess and myself have both been communicating with them, and we just seem to be getting into a loop, like a form letter, but I actually got a real human being to respond to me today. So I'm really excited about that. And they said that they were going to see about maybe getting somebody from the organization to be at the fundraiser. So that'd be cool. That'd be cool.
That's very cool.
Holy shit, Mrs. G-Bay's in the house.
Mrs. G-Bay, were you at the shop today? What did you bring us? Come on.
See, they only love you for your medicine.
I know. I was just gonna say
hey,
hi.
how are you as a person?
Hello.
And
I got a couple practical things today because we're gonna go camping next week. So I wanted kind of my best bang for my buck. And at the moment, I'm not chasing THC. I'm only buying according to terpenes. So I got. I'm gonna try out the. Oh wait. Oh, other way.
Can we big screener?
I don't know if that's.
I could see the collab project, but that's only because I actually know what it says from buying.
Yeah. So I don't know. Yeah, that's not really focusing. So anyway, it's a vape cart. It says it's a sativa and that this strain is a strawberry ice. But when I looked it up, the terpenes are beta-caryophyllene, farnesene, and pinene, which treat me more like indica feels for me. Limonene, anything with limonene, I get too racy. My mind gets too racy. So I don't know. And I can't sleep when I smoke limonene. So I was looking for something that didn't have it, and all the indicas did. This didn't, so we're gonna try it.
I would be interested in knowing if there's any orange taste to that at all, because I kind of been interested in paying attention to when you get the terps on the back of packages, and farnesene is showing up on a couple orange flavored terps. So if you end up getting any hints of that, I'd be interested.
It's kind of, but it's almost got like I don't get strawberry, but I get almost like an orange and a green apple, and then earthy notes.
Okay, I like it because I'm
yeah.
I don't get it hit quite as hard or jacked up with the limonene quite the way you do, but I do notice that is I will get the heart pumping more likely, and whereas if I'm because I find citrus I enjoy the citrus terps, but the oranges seem more better for medical practical uses. Like I keep talking about, there's a tension between my shoulder blades that it just seems to go, and farnesene has been in a few of the meds that I've used. So I
was looking into farnesene, and there's so many medicinal properties. Yeah, antifungal and everything, antibacterial, inflammatory.
See, when you look like a freaking homeless guy all shaggy and scruffy, you need that antibacterial stuff in there. So right? I probably get away with
you on the homeless thing there. So
yeah, right. We'd probably skip a whole like 2 or 3 showers, just smoke farnesene, at least cannabis. It'd be amazing. The old lady's like, yeah, not if you're sleeping in this fucking bed.
Right. Yeah.
Good evening, Lucas. Good to see you.
Hey, how's it going?
Great.
Well, I guess I could big screen you too.
Well, that's okay.
Don't you do that? Oh, you can do that. Yeah, proof. Not me. So don't big screen me. Nice.
So these were just a practical purchase. These weren't for, again, I wasn't buying for THC, just more for feels and the best bang for my buck. So I got some Death Bubba by Pure Sun Farms, and then some Banana Cream by Potluck.
Very cool.
And this one's a hybrid. This one's an indica.
And how much were they?
Yeah, so they're both 7 grams, and this one by Pure Sun was $38, just regular price, and this one by Potluck is $34, regular price.
35.
So for 7 grams, it's gonna get me stoned.
Yeah. Nice.
May not be the best on the market, but
Hey, I want to shout out and thank Kingfisher. When I was talking about that Muppet show on the Johnny Carson, he went and found it and put it up in the link. So I'm excited to watch. April the 2nd, 1979. Does that age me or what? But he also said here that they show the audience at 1 minute and 1 second, and I remember exactly where I was sitting. If I'm not mistaken, I think it was the two grumpy old men that did the monologue at the beginning, and then I was just up. I wasn't that far
in
from
between them.
just about. So yeah, thanks Kingfisher. That's cool.
Now that I think about it, if you had if we glued some foxtails to your eyebrows, you'd actually look like one of those dudes a little bit. You're not nearly as miserable, but the look could be there.
Okay, well, listen, not to change the subject, but have we talked about that plant that's there behind you?
This? So this one is that wild tire skunk #1 by Wild Tie, or that's what we were pretty sure it is, at least. That just showed up. It sprouted during the bloom phase in another pot, and it was still there when we harvested it. So the big plant in there. So we just threw it back into veg and just see what happens, and became this. And this is actually one of my favorite plants that I've grown recently.
It looks like
it's coming down. I just cut it this morning. It has a bit of a earthy smell to it. Earthy, hashy. It's the best kind of, maybe a little bit of pepper in there. But we smoked a sample joint about a week ago, maybe, and it's has a light orange rind taste to it, kind of hash with light orange rind on there. And there's one of the phenos of Wild Tie that we grew out and pollinated on that preservation run also had some orange taste to it. So
looks like you got yeah, it looks like you got a decent yield off that. There's some nice looking solid buds on there.
The buds are solid, but they're tiny. So I think we will get a good yield off it because there's so many of them on there, and they're gonna add up. But I'm pretty sure it's gonna be miserable to trim because it's all just gonna be those little tiny things that you first instincts just to throw them in the trim bin so you can make some really good keef out of your trim bin, or maybe some edibles or something like that. And I enjoyed the effects of it. So and it was finished in I think it was about 9 weeks. So that's not so bad either.
So I chopped down my pathetic garden over here about 5 or 6 days ago. Well, if I may as well show you. God,
which pathetic garden?
The ones that I'm pretty sure I overwatered right when I flipped into flower, and it stunted them. And but anyways, see what
does he have more than one pathetic garden? I mean, I don't.
That actually would be a good show name, wouldn't it?
Because you're which?
My pathetic garden.
Well, how many gardens do you have?
Well, I kind of got 3 right now, but so this is the grapple fritter, and yeah, so it's been hanging for 5 days now, but it's all just tiny buds, and but we'll see. I mean, we'll see. I do have a question about the soil. So that soil, I made that up myself. So it's the question is there? It seems like a redundant question that it's reusable. Well, of course it's reusable, but absolutely. I'm probably not going to use it until next spring. So should I make sure that it's completely dry, or should I do anything to it to prepare for next spring?
What I would do is dump it in a garbage can. Go get yourself a garbage can that's going to be kind of like your soil bin. for stuff like that. Dump it in there. Maybe throw some reamendment with some new nutrients in there, just so that it doesn't lose its power. Throw it in there. Maybe drill a few holes so you can get some air exchange, and it should be right as rain. I do the same thing in my backyard. Got a garbage can that I just actually. I was at the point where I was so close to having enough dirt to do everything you need to, and then you have to go buy a full bale of dirt for just such a small amount. And you're just like, huh. And but yeah, I need to do that to get a little bit more going on in the garbage can there. And then just as I do that, we're gonna have a whole bunch of plants that are done, and that will be that dirt. But that's what anyways, what I'm doing. I can't talk. Somebody please save me.
Okay, I just have a question about that, Eric. I love you too, buddy. Now, should I ensure that the soil is dry for fear of maybe mold or anything like that?
No, I would want it moist, not like wet, but moist. Just so you can have the microbial life in there. It's not the end of the world if it dries out. It's just not ideal. If you have this garbage can, that's what I'm kind of recommending, and you open it up and you see the little hypha, the little white strands in there, that's a good sign. Actually, you want that kind of stuff to be going on in there. And the first batch of soil I ever made, I threw the fucking shit out because I saw that and I just thought, oh, mold, this is bad. Yeah. And turfed out this entire fucking thing. And then, but this is back before I found stuff like cannabis, back when everything that you're learning is off of like Facebook, where people just kind of give you shitty answers on purpose, is my theory a lot of the time. Right. And so then it's like, but then you learn a thing or two and you're just like, God damn it, that whole thing, it was good, but at least I threw it in the compost, so it still went to a good spot where it would have got used for garden purposes at some point.
So I was just going to show, well, I'll still make an effort to show you this. When you were talking about the mycelium there, and it's funny, like I've got the 4 auto pots, and it was just, there was only one of the pots that really got a lot of white on the, I don't know if you can't really see it, but well, up here or down. Anyway, what I just realized is that there's still moisture in these pots. I turned it off a long time ago. I guess I'm gonna have to, I noticed my humidity, if I keep the tent closed, it goes right up to about 70. I leave the tent open during the day and it goes down to about 50, 60.
Is that an auto pot?
Yeah.
How big a pot is it?
It's so moist. That thing will hold moisture for a long time. It's only got those vents on the bottom, and if you have, the what do you call it, that liner in there, it'll stay moist for real long.
How big is the pot, Rick?
It's the smaller. It's the 3.9. 4 gallon as opposed to the 6.6, I believe.
Yeah, those centers hold moisture for a long time.
Yeah, this was my problem. It was, without thinking, pretty good at that. I had the system all set up, and then when I flipped a flower, I did a major leaf strip, and then I decided to add recharge to the each pot, and I put, well, it was a 2 gallon container, so I put a half a gallon into each one, and of course the water ran right over I had water everywhere in my tent, and just a serious overwatering, and it just wouldn't recover from it. I'll call you back, buddy.
So Uncle Rick, you said the word mycelium. How's the mushroom grow going?
Thank you for asking. I really want to thank you for asking. Okay. And I just want to say hi to Chris in chat, Aldridge. Good to see everybody. Does that answer your question, Paula?
He showed you the pathetic garden. Now he told you about the sad one. So you got
you know what? I really,
pathetic.
truthfully, I've really been sidetracked by this whole Last Prisoner project, and there ain't no way I'm going to be starting or even think about starting that project until after the chatathon. So you don't have to ask until after then, and then I'll have to come up with some other embarrassing answer.
Uncle Rick,
Okay.
Uncle Rick, let me
I'll give you some time, Uncle Rick, to come up with the next one.
I'll start thinking about excuses.
Uncle Rick, I got a question to ask you. You said you watched the Weed Wednesday. What did you think about the last episode? I just want to hear your opinion on it. What do you think about it?
What was the last episode? I don't necessarily watch them live, so I don't even know which episode I'm watching when I do watch them. Who was on?
Oh, I just need you to watch it. Yeah,
no,
I just need you to watch it. Just go watch it.
Okay, the last one. Yeah, well, I know. I see you on a regular basis. That's for sure.
No, there's a lot of cool information about hemp and a lot about pretty much the Supreme Presidents and stuff. A lot of great information. So I was just wondering because you said you watched the episode, so I was just like, oh, that's dope. I'm like, man, what a supporter Uncle Rick is for Jeff Eichen. Proud of you, man. Thank you for that, man.
Absolutely. Yeah, get over there and check them out. And, you know, he's fighting for a good cause. I can't say enough about, you know, something. Each and every one of us owes something to each and every one of those prisoners. The only way that change has ever come about is from people who are going to fight the system. And that's what people have been doing, is going to jail because they don't believe that the laws are right. And so we can thank them today for what they've endured in the past. So there.
Take it and like it.
We should thank our current administration here in the United States for bullshitting us with we're going to let everybody out under the marijuana thing. And actually, the arrests are going up.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Incredible. Yeah, they keep a, please take the time to check out the Last Prisoner Project website. They keep some really cool information over there. Just by the number, oh God, I got water running all over the bloody place now. By the numbers, 15.7 million people arrested for marijuana offenses in the last 2 decades. $47 billion spent annually on the war on drugs. $10.4 billion legal marijuana industry sales for 2018 in the US. Yeah.
Hey, Prophet, is your dad around by any chance?
Yeah, actually, I think he is.
You got to bet.
What was the score on the Blue Jays game? I didn't get to see it. The Jays Yankees, they played tonight. What was the score on that?
Dad. What was the score in the Yankees game? Oh, you don't know? You don't know.
Tell us what's Stoney. Tell us what's going on with Catachronic these days. I think you mentioned that you've written or got a couple new songs.
Yeah, we haven't. It's been difficult scheduling. People wakes popping up. A couple of people pass away. We've had relatives show up because now it's safe to travel and everybody's doing it. So yeah, everyone's been busy this summer, so not much has really happened. I mean, we played at a hemp farm out here. It's CBD. They also do They want to start doing like 1-to-1 stuff, but they run as close to THC mark, I guess they can. They make all different kinds of products. Really nice people, and they put on these events. Well, kind of not really private, but they're not like, hey, you wouldn't have a clue what's going on there. So it's like it's a little farm.
Nice.
So yeah, we've gotten in tight with them. Other than that, it's been real quiet. Real quiet. We'll see.
We are a lively bunch tonight for a Friday, man.
Oh shit. Are we here to entertain just you? You're supposed to be talking. Let's go.
Hey, let's talk. I don't know. What do we want to talk about? What do we want to cook on Tuesday? Because I have not cooked it out yet. How about that?
You know what would be?
You lost me at cooking.
Here's what would be cool is if you guys ran like a little video segment for each of your shows on Friday night, like show a clip from your past show. Was it Monday, right? I think it's one of my back. Right? It was Monday.
Yeah, Monday we did the episode with the Goddess of the Moon, which I wanted to shout her out. That was a really good, fun time. And then Tuesday, I made gravy and we did a history and we did a growing thing. Yeah, you were there. I remember you got up. Yay. It was early for you, Stoney.
I wasn't going to bed then. Yeah, no, I was, my back was shot. So yeah, I was all screwed up. It's still screwed up, but it's a lot better.
Hey, you're moving. That's about, we're better, right? Some
little oil.
What's your issue there, buddy? Did you have an injury in the past, or?
Yeah. Construction. I was probably like 19, and I was on the scaffold at the top, like 25 feet. 30 feet up. I worked for a mason, so I was a laborer. And I was breaking down the scaffolding, and the guy came around with the forklift and bumped the side of the scaffold, and I flipped off and landed on my back on a pile of brick and block. And I was young. I got up. Hey, all right, I'm fine.
Oh yeah, invincible. Yeah.
About 3 years later, fucking back went out, and I was like, and then the doctor's like, oh, you got some damage to your muscles, and because of the damage and because lower back isn't something like you really work on, muscle wise, it's not like like you really have to exercise it, like your stomach, like you're not gonna have a 6-pack of abs, you exercise it, and because I don't know. They just started deteriorating muscle. So every once in a while, when that muscle gives out, crushes my discs, fucks with the nerve, pinches nerves.
Yeah.
So where it's almost like I get to the point where I'm almost like paralyzed, where I can't even think.
Hard sciatica.
No, it's not really sciatica. I mean, I'll get that if I'm driving the car for too long. I'll start getting that fucking pain in my ass running down my leg, and that's fucking horrible.
That's it.
That's like 6 straight hours of driving, not stop. And that's when and stop driving.
Well, you won't be my driving buddy to the next DGC Cup then.
Oh, going straight through?
I was thinking about it. I looked at it as 18 hours for me, but I can't do 18 hours straight. I've tried it before when I went to South Carolina. I can do 9 of standing on my head. But
no, I don't get the sciatica all the time. It's not a constant issue. Every once in a while. But yeah, maybe 6-7 hours of driving, I'll start feeling like that. But I mean, no, I could go longer.
Yeah, that would be the only way I would drive is if I had at least one driving buddy and it was a straight shot. And
I've done 16. and then it's just you're
Yeah,
fucking.
after that, yeah, in the lines you blinking and blinking and blinking.
Oh yeah, you can't even see them. You're like get mesmerized by lines.
You're going, fuck, I shouldn't be driving. I shouldn't be driving.
Yeah. Yeah.
When you say that to yourself over and over, get off the damn road.
Yeah, I was going to try and do 21 hours straight down to Florida to New Smyrna Beach. Yeah.
Well, fortunately for me, this coming weekend, not the one we're in, the next one, I have not one but two events. They're both camping events. One is Gems and Genetics, and that's on Friday and Saturday, and the other one is Camp Hareem, which is Saturday and Sunday, and they are an hour from me and an hour from each other. So we're making the perfect high-end triangle, I guess.
Right.
So what I'm going to do is I'm a day trip on Friday to G&G and drop off some honey to Red Setter Farms. He's going to sell off at his table on that. And then I'm going to just go for the day and then drive home because it's only an hour. And then on the next day, I'm going to go back for Camp Hareem, and I'm going to camp overnight on that one till Sunday. So
awesome.
They've got I love until like 5:30 in the afternoon on Sunday.
Later, Prophet.
Later, everybody.
Have a good night. Enjoy your weekend.
Bye,
sweetheart.
See you soon, buddy.
Miss you, baby.
Sleep tight, baby.
Love you.
Later, chat.
So I've been like checking out like just like you know how it is when you just your phone hears you talking and all of a sudden it's showing you shit that you were talking about. Sometimes that works out to be like a really good thing, or you just a random thing shows up and you'll like it on Instagram and then you see a million things like that. One of those two situations happens where now I've got like these brutal nature death kill videos showing up. So I've shared them around, and there's one that a few of you've probably seen by now where I've sent it where it's the eagle grabbing the fish out of the water, but it's like one talon and by the face, it just fucking flies off at this thing.
That's the majestic thing you were thinking about.
Yeah, you're just like, holy fuck, that's brutal. And like a buddy of mine showed me another video of it's a bear climbing a tree to get to whatever's in an eagle's nest. It looks like you might be able to see it's from a bit of a distance. Looks like you might be able to see a baby eagle up there. And then you see the mom and dad, they're just kind of up at the top, kind of what the fuck's going on here? But no, that bear goes up there, grabs this fucking thing, and then gets down the tree in record time. It's just like, yeah. And then,
that's crazy.
And then what brings me to that is Ema fucking Hodge just sent me another one of big ass bear dragging a fucking cow, gut spilled out all over and behind a big berm. And it's just
sounds entertaining.
Fuck, man. Nature is one cruel bitch. Let's face it. It's just like holy shit. Or like the crocodile kills, man, where it's like you'll have an unsuspecting animal just drinking out the water. There's a cheetah video. I think it was a cheetah that I saw within like the last week or whatever that just it's sitting there drinking and all of a sudden the crocodile comes up, grabs it by the head or whatever, drags it under and doing a thing. And you could just see the turbulence under the water as it's dragging it out farther and farther. And I just like, how fucking brutal is that? Or like I've seen videos of like golden eagles and harpy eagles. They'll take on like a full-size fucking wolf sometimes and just fly off with this thing. And you're just like, that could be a fucking kid. Like right. You just like, wow, yeah. Just crazy shit.
Yeah, I'm about to do a hunting trip here at the end of September. I'm going northern Ontario, 2 weeks. Like there is no like there's roads, but like there's not. Like I'm on like the last highway. I think it's Highway 11. Pacifica, Ontario. Anyways, Kapuskasing, Hearst. Like it's way up there, and then I'm off that highway even farther north up into the bush off the logging roads, tenting it and stuff. So I'm intimidated. I'm no longer on the top of the fucking chain up there, so I'll be sleeping fucking locked and loaded, man.
Where are you going camping? Far from home?
Yeah, it's 9 hours north, 9 hours drive north from here. Or about 10, 10 or so, 9 or 10 hours.
Have you been there before? You've been there before?
I've been there once before. We was there for a moose hunt 2 or 3 years ago, and then COVID happened, so we never. And then I drove a trailer up there. Actually, we were supposed to stay in, and then COVID happened, so they ended up selling the trailer because it sat for 2 years up there. And now we're going back again, but we don't have a moose tag, so we're just going partridge and fishing. And I can get a bear and wolf. There would be no coyote tags up there. I can get a wolf tag if I wanted, or a bear tag, but I'm not really into clawed animals. Like, I have no reason to shoot one. So
yeah, if you're not going to eat it, don't bother.
If it's got a hoof and a roast,
we need bears.
If it's a roast running around, I'll shoot that thing. A bear, yeah, you can eat a bear, but
it's not that bad.
Yeah, I'm not there yet as a hunter gatherer. I don't need a bear.
Kind of reminds me of roast beef, but I don't think I'm not a big meat eater. I'm just on the omnivore.
It's just very
I'll sit there in the tree stand and watch it. That'll be cool. Like maybe I'll shoot it at paintball.
I gotta run, guys. I just
Later, Paula.
Hey, Paula.
Have a good night.
A couple hours before show today, I took my daughter out walking in an area we go all the time. She's familiar with it, but we take the trails because it's easy and it's just a smart thing to do when you're with kids, right? Now, just because I know the land and there's landmarks, like kind of a trail over this side to your left, to your right if you're walking this way, power lines, creeks, and just intersecting trails that'll, you can figure your way out, but I'd taken her in and I took her a few steps off the trail, probably about 30, 40 feet or something like that. And kind of teaching her about how easy it is to get lost if you step off the trail. The trail can disappear real fucking quick. You look back and it's just, you just see vegetation about knee height, right? It'll blend that trail right in. So I kind of showed her how easy it is. Like, if you pick that thing over there, that stump, we walk over to it because you're excited to see, say, there's a flower there. And we get there and there actually was a cool mushroom there that we couldn't see from back there. But once you were there, I showed her that and then grab her hand and see. And then if you come over this way and it's like showed her from there, see, you already can't see the trail where we were. Come this way, and then to explain to her how it is when you get excited. Oh, look at this. On to the next thing. Look at this, and then you look back and you don't know where you are, and you can see she starts getting that feeling of dread. Eyes are open. I'm like, hey, come this way, and she's like, no, I don't want to go. And it's at the point where she was maybe not quite on the verge of tears, but concerned and just like she wasn't gonna go farther. And it's like, okay, here's the thing, kid. Now you got to realize I'm not taking you out in the bush somewhere where you're actually gonna get lost. Like she's. You're basically within four walls that within a few hundred meters. You can't go too far without finding a familiar landmark. But taking her through there but teaching her also, but when we come out from where we walk from our house, you got that at your back and we go up that trail and we turn this way. And I'm trying to explain landmarks that you guys don't fucking understand, but I know well. So you're going to be confused as fuck here. But, just explaining though, you want to keep your landmarks on certain sides and keep a rough idea of where you are. Because I told her roughly there's one of those intersecting trails I mentioned, and I told her we'll come out on that one, and sure enough, and took her out on that, and then you see the kind of the sigh of relief on her face, and she was glad that she did come with me and actually did kind of tough it out, go through that concern, and that's what I did.
You need electric.
How are your kids in the bush, the G-Biz?
Are we on mute?
Nope. I hear you.
Okay. Yeah, no, they're all right. Our son, he doesn't make it too far from the house, but wanted to return to home base.
But he does like camping.
Yeah, we're about to go camping on Monday, actually, like a provincial park. But
it takes him a couple nights to really settle and realize, okay, we're not going home. We're here. Yep. So I prefer going for a few nights at a time, because 1 or 2 nights, it just seems like more work and more of a hassle to pack us all up and then
it's just a quick overnight trip is always just seems like it's more work than it's worth it anyways. It's like you do all the packing, get there, do all the unpacking. If you're tenting, you set up tents and stuff like that. and then unpacking it the next day, or packing it all up, I mean, to go all back home. So we get a good long weekend in. Kind of like that's exciting. What I didn't it didn't occur to me is my daughter, and even in the past life I had a cabin at my use, right? The ex-in-laws had a cabin on Cannon Lake that we go to all the time, and that's kind of the only place we would go. So when I went out on that back road to adventure trip a few weeks ago, and we stayed in a tent a couple nights, Abigail comes up to me one of the days and says to me, that's the first time I've ever been camping. And it's just like, you know what? I never really thought about that. But yeah, I think because that's camping there, or going to the cabins, just going to the cabin. Yeah, there's a lake and it's always a good time and stuff.
Yeah.
It's like, wow, that's cool. But I think she's the adventurous kid that wants to be out there doing stuff. But right now she more likes the idea of doing stuff, because then that anxiety sets in when it's time to come out and do it. And that's kind of what I was seeing when you see her kind of going off trail and getting concerned. It's like, hey, it's good to have that concern in you and be leery, but at the same time, you kind of need to know how to deal with these situations if you get into them too. So this is why Dad takes you out in places that where we actually know, so that we can't get lost, right? It's not possible.
Yeah.
Well, and also you can set her up for more success by giving her a whistle, so that she knows that if she is somewhere she can't see, if she blows that whistle, somebody will probably hear her before her voice.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, that's another thing, is because like when you're surrounded by bushes, they'll deaden your voice real quick.
Yeah, you have something that carries.
Yeah.
So we started our kids camping at like 6 months old. So
6 months or less. I remember making formula in the bush.
I love it. There's as much as I don't like to say nice things about the ex, I have a very, very great memory of her when Abigail was two, maybe 3 months old. I doubt it was even 3 months old though. But anyways, I had a rubber dinghy that I'd managed to rig up a transom and put an electric outboard on there, and we were out at Timothy Lake, and I was still letting line out, and she managed to, just as we're leaving shore, she managed to hook again, land a fish, get it in the boat, and then somewhere there's a picture of her holding this thing out, and there's my daughter still sucking on a tit. I was like 2 months old, somewhere around there, and I was just so proud of the ex at the time for just being able to do it. So that's absolutely
awesome.
Yeah, reproduce, giving it life and catching food. Like
yeah, no, it was, to me, that was just one of the coolest things. And that's how we kind of raise our kids up here in a lot of ways, is, like the whole sanitary bleach, absolutely everything. It's like, no, my kid had dirt in her mouth.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we have like a 1980s backyard. Like they're like cute toys kicking around. There's like nothing fancy. Just, I'm mowing the grass, so you can run around in it.
It's mostly a pool now, not even a fucking grass.
My side, I strolled outside.
Night Raider.
No one goes on my side.
Night Vader.
Weed and water. That's it.
Anybody got any good plans for the weekend?
Nothing
I
really.
do.
That's gonna be real exciting for you. I think we'll probably, the girlfriend and I will probably watch the fights tomorrow night because we're UFC fans. But we're thinking on Sunday we might go back to Moffat Falls, which is two of the falls we hit up. I put a couple videos up of me bringing my daughter, holding her hand, walking to the waterfall so we could stand underneath it. That was Upper Moffat Falls. And then there's another video of me asking her, did you ever think you would swim at the bottom of a waterfall? And that was Lower Moffat Falls. They're a couple kilometers apart. And I think we want to go spend the day out there. We were there for maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours between the two of them last time. Not just kind of enough to have a little bit of fun, say you were there, but it'd be cool to spend the day.
all I'm doing is deleting plants, and then Sunday night, any of you great Game of Thrones fans out there, they're going to have a prequel to that on Sunday night, airing on HBO, that I'm looking forward to seeing.
I hope it's good.
It's called House of the Dragon.
Yeah, I'm not a big TV and movie person. I don't watch much, but the Game of Thrones was one that I got into because there's just so much going on. You know, you got your fucking brutality and all that good shit.
Yeah, this is how the Targaryens got annihilated. Years earlier.
Like whatever you could want is in that show, and it's got rewatch value because I think the ex and I watched the first 3 seasons at least 3 or 4 times each, and it was like you're finding new stuff every time.
Yeah,
and so
I've read every novel that he's written on in that world. So, and he's actually written quite a bit, and that's one of the ones he just, it was actually a kind of diary outline from a maester and a fool that was in the court, each of their recollections of how things came down, but now we're going to see how it actually did come down. And George R.R. Was there all along the way. He approved everything as far as character development, so we're getting his actual what his intention was. So I think it's gonna be pretty good.
That's awesome. I'd like to see that. Just I always, when you hear about remakes and prequels and trilogies, it just like onward and onward. There's always the party that's like, don't fuck up the original. The original is good.
Yeah, this isn't like a part 2 thing. This was a already written thing that was just. And there are like 13 dragons in this pucker too.
Oh shit! My kid will probably get into that. That was funny. She used to call it the Dragon Show, and
according to all that I've heard about it, the 3 dragons from the other show are pretty much interchangeable except for color, but these dragons have identifiable differences, and like a different breed of dogs have different looks, kind of thing. So I think that'll be pretty interesting for those of you that like those lizards out there that fly. I got a friend that's really into the dragons.
Oh, that'd be cool. Okay, so now you've got me a little interested because I was kind of I was dismissive to put it the best word I used, I think, on that. So now you've actually got me a little bit more interested in checking these out. We shit no.
Yeah, it's very focused. So instead of being all over the place like Game of Thrones was, it's this Targaryen wants to kill this Targaryen. Let the games begin.
That's a good thing too, because with Game of Thrones, it's like if you go and take a piss, or say maybe it's a good long shit because you want to spend some time wiping in there or whatever, and miss say 5 minutes, you've actually missed a lot of what's going on in there because there's just so much going on.
Thank God you watched it 3 times, eh?
Exactly. That's how I know there's so much rewatch value in it too, and how you do miss stuff if you go away for something like that. So it's the fact that it's like it's terrible for a fucking ADD person like myself because it's just like bing 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 bing. It's so I like this format, maybe possibly. It's cool.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't guarantee it won't be confusing, but it'll damn sure be entertaining, I think. And I don't watch much TV either. That's why I'm excited about it, because finally there's something I'm gonna watch.
Yeah, well, it'll be good. Yeah, it's just I find it's funny. I don't know. I don't know when. I don't know why or what or anything. Like there's no. So I know maybe just because I haven't actually had cable TV most of my adult life. I just like I was doing the Bachelor thing. Partying was more important than something like a cable bill or whatever, right? So I never really had that. And other than sports and a few things like the Discovery Channel was great. I just always was doing stuff. So then I don't know. It's weird. I'm rambling again.
Some things like Sons of Anarchy. I love that whole series.
That one I got into, like, I think just as the last season was starting.
But you can go back and watch the whole freaking thing.
Yeah, and I kind of think it ended up just as in watching it just as or getting to season 7 just as it wrapped up or whatever. So I didn't even have to stop and wait or anything. It was just like the timing of that. And that was another pretty good series. I like
it's got to resonate with me. It's got to be something that's not the same as all the other crap that's out there. I just can't. I have HBO and Showtime and Stars right now, and I can pull up the menu and go, no, oh no, that doesn't sound good at all. No, go fuck it. No, it's 2:30. Eagle must be on. Go to and then go to YouTube and watch Eagle for free. You know, it's just like, why do I have all this bullshit? Well, but because I wanted to watch one specific thing, and then it ended, and I didn't stop the subscription.
It's funny with like this, when the subscription services for like Netflix, Crave, and all the other ones, they're like when I kind of had the realization of how much better when you can get a couple of those are than say cable TV. Because, you know, let's face it, cable TV sucks. You got to be there kind of when it's on at that time and all that. And how many good shows, whatever you missed over the years. But then out comes the PVR. And as a fucking sports fan, for me, that was fucking awesome because now you're no longer missing games. And if you find out your team lost, then you don't even need to waste your time with the heartbreak and watching that.
Some people just enjoy watching the actual game, believe it or not.
Yep, and that's me right there. I'll sit there.
Yeah, you want to know what you know. This is the crucial point where everything took a shit. You know.
Yeah, I'm that nerdy that I actually care about stupid like that. But then so that kind of made cable a little bit better, but there's still like you can go an entire day or more than that with like absolutely nothing interesting on, and then you get into Netflix, all these streaming services, and it's like, okay, well, it's real easy to burn through all their content, so you're kind of lose interest in that platform for a while until they bring a bunch of new stuff on.
Yeah,
but it's there whenever you want.
I haven't had Netflix now for probably 2 years. It's time for me to re-up because I want to watch The Crown and The Bear, which is the thing about a restaurant show that has Shameless was another one that I liked. It has one of the kids from Shameless stars in that show as a chef, I guess. My daughter told me about it. That was Lip, if any of you know what Shameless is. So yeah. Stoney should watch that one. That was all Chicago all the time, man.
I don't have time.
Yeah, that one actually, kind of, and it's it's like a take on trashy Chicago, ghetto Chicago.
Well, I've lived in there. Why do I want to watch it?
Well, it's because it's good. It's a good show.
Go back.
Until Frank Gallagher rubs cocaine on the gums of your kids, you just ain't lived, or morphine. I think it was morphine he used. And then they go, oh, he's a baby whisperer. He can get him to sleep. He's rubbing drugs on this baby's gums. It's like, holy shit.
The episode, I love the episode when I guess
you know what I'm talking about, don't you, Rick?
The getaway car was heading down the back alley, and they threw the drugs out of one window, and they threw the AK-47 out of the other. Or no,
the gun.
And then one of the kids found the gun and shot the fucking eagle.
Oh yeah, the eagle, and they made the eagle for
Thanksgiving dinner. I brought over a dead eagle.
I'll tell you, I did watch a few years ago. I had to get I rented a place, and so I had to get internet service. And Comcast was the provider there, and basically getting just internet alone would cost like $50 a month more than if I got everything.
Yeah, they'll package you up, but it's only going to cost a little bit more.
Yeah.
So I got HBO for free or whatever. So I started
Showtime, probably. That's on Showtime.
I was watching. I think I watched Deadwood or something like that, like Wild West, shit like Rush. That was pretty cool. And then I watched another one with Boardwalk Empire.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Too. Those two I watched, and then I did watch the Game of Thrones up until the last season, because that's when I had it. Was the last season had come out by that time it was out. And then
that's all right. It was a rushed ending. A lot of us were disappointed.
Right. I just watched on DVD, and that was the end. Which was better because I can't do those shows like one show every week. I'd rather just watch the entire season.
Yeah, do a watch-a-thon.
That's the other awesome things about the advent of like streaming services is you can do that, because I'm right with you guys on that. I don't know if you guys know about that show, The Curse of Oak Island. That's one of those ones where I will sit there and watch every episode every week and wait for it to come out every week. And it drives me fucking nuts because I'm not a patient person.
Don't start watching Game of Thrones now then, because they got 10 weeks to do here.
Yeah, no, just let it go. Watch the season all at one time on one of them shitty weekends.
That might be an idea though, because then from there, Lucas, because if my girlfriend hasn't seen the whole series up to this point, start her off on the prequel and then go into the Game of Thrones actual series.
Well, it's like I say, there's like 200 years difference because that was the end of the dragons. They ended up at the end of this thing will be the end of how the dragons ended up and left. Because they basically
so the next season's going to be pick up where they left off.
It sounds like it might the way that they're writing it, because it covers a pretty good spot of time. They've got, in fact, children and adult of some of the major players, because they're showing away when they're younger till they're going, but they're talking about maybe 3 or 4 seasons of it. They don't know. But more than one for sure. And so far, all of the reviews on it have been pretty good. And depending on who's doing the reviewing, some of them can be pretty freaking critical. Those are the ones I like, the ones that are kind of critical. And
that's where I'm in agreement there. It seems like the movies that get all like the critical acclaim and they're like, oh, it's a masterpiece, blah blah. They're usually like the most boring.
It's like, how much did they pay you to say that?
Yeah, it's it is.
Westworld.
Say again, sorry.
Westworld. That was another one I started watching. I never.
Yeah, I watched a couple seasons of it, and then I just kind of lost interest. It didn't.
I heard it got really crazy towards the
when
end.
they went away from the Westworld and into like a big city, that's where they lost me. I don't know what happened then.
You know what, actually, in my opinion, is like the greatest TV series of all time, though, is Tour of Duty. You guys ever watch that one for your take place in Vietnam?
Fuck yeah, that was my favorite, man. It's on the History Channel.
Yeah,
I stumbled on it once when I was in like high school, just chilling at night, all baked or something. I was like, I'll get into this, and then it was like I was hooked.
Oh, the old war movies.
Well, yeah, but it was a TV series. I think they did 3 seasons of it. Yeah, and it was fucking awesome. I remember I was on. I can't remember if it was my first or second 90-day suspension in high school, but it was on one of those at home.
You would have gone along.
One of yours too. Yeah, probably.
And then they just, there's like always stupid shit on, nothing really interesting on during the day, and you're just clicking channels. And then like I remember there's an episode where they're in these foxholes surrounded by Viet Cong or whatever, and the lights fucking dark is coming and they're about to get overrun kind of thing, right? It was like a pretty fucking intense fucking thing. And then I was like, from that moment on, I was hooked. And then watched like just about every other episode that they'd ever put out before I got back to that one to see that one again, because I only got to see the last half hour of the hour-long show.
I can see the main character right now, like that dark-haired guy,
Sergeant Taylor.
Dude. Yeah, I don't forget the name, but I can just picture him right now. The Rambo one, fucking guy.
Yeah, that was great shit.
Anyways, we're gonna jump off. I gotta work early in the morning. I'm throwing in a few extra hours, and we're getting ready for camping on Monday, man. So, fuck. That's gonna be fun. Yeah, T-Bay's getting her joint fuck collection going.
Right, she'll have 19 before she even goes to bed.
Cannoli, no Skidos.
Have a great week,
getting
guys.
the Sea-Doo around. You know it. I won't be taking her on anymore though. After that wipeout,
Maybe just a paddly boat, you know, something real cool and easy.
The canoe. We'll go on the canoe together. Okay, take care, everyone. Peace and love.
Okay, guys. See you, man.
Take care.
I'm gonna follow him out, guys. I got to stretch the back. I might not be able to get out of this position, so.
I should tell us to stand up.
Tony struggle.
Good to see you, my friend.
All right, later, Stoney.
Everybody, have a great night. I'll see y'all.
Cheers, Tony.
Great weekend, buddy.
Well, I was gonna say knock off about top of the hour. You guys want to keep going, or you just want to go now since people are starting to bolt?
Yeah, I think I was gonna go too. I hate to be the last party to poop it, but
I just I would hope that we're going to get some words of wisdom from Solo before we leave, and a reminder from Crazy Pop Mom about your event tomorrow.
Go ahead, Solo.
Before I give all these quotes out, right? Let's get these announcements out the way first. First off, shout out to Uncle Caribou Heart. Thank you for this platform. Thank you for keep doing your thing, keep blowing up. I'm so proud of you, Uncle Caribou. Hey, those 100 quotes are coming. Those 100 quotes are coming. Be careful what you ask for.
Scaring me.
They're gonna come through to Uncle Caribou. Shout out to you. Thank you for having us out here on the platform on YouTube. Shout out to all my Canadian people out there. Shout out to the Caribou crew, each and every one of y'all. Love y'all. Second off, shout out to Uncle Rick and his show. What time is that? Wednesday, 9 p.m., right?
9 p.m. Eastern. Thank you very much, Solo.
No problem. What's going on in your next show next Wednesday, real quick?
Quite frankly, we haven't set it up yet, but you can bet that we're going to be talking a little bit about the Last Prisoner Project, actually probably quite a bit. But as far as the guests, I haven't lined that up yet, but I'm sure we'll have a few interesting people dropping by.
Hey, well, shout out to you, Uncle Rick. Make sure y'all go check that out on Uncle Rick's channel. And last but not least, let's get to the main person of the hour. Hey, somebody give a spotlight on Crazy Pop Mom. I asked for that.
Why would you do that?
Crazy Pop Mom, please go ahead and explain.
So, anyway, no. It's called the Girls and Guns Shoot, and it's at the Rod and Gun Club in Brantford, Ontario, 54 Henderson Road. So you should come between 11 and 4 tomorrow, because that's where I'll be. And if you were the States people that love me so much, you'd be there. Like, I could count on like 50 of yous from the States if I was just there.
So Crazy
you know,
Pop
my
Mom.
Canadian people are still too far away.
So
well, I promise you, if I wasn't about a 2 days drive away,
right? You are way far away. No, you are totally forgiven. You are way too far away. However, Goddess and I have realized we are only 3 hours apart, so we are getting together even before the G-Bay get together. So that is going to be exciting. We don't know when. We are just getting all excited about it in a text message.
Tell them about your online store, Crazy Pop Mom. They can't get you in Canada. Tell them about your online store.
We did that earlier, and Uncle Rick actually just showed it off and everything. So,
so it's fun.
Yeah, so it's just Crazy Pop Mom at
Spotify.com.
Yeah, I'm not sure how it's worded now, so I was gonna go back to it. So sorry for the pause there. I was trying to actually say it professionally. So it's the HTTP and then your / and your www.crazypopmom.myshopify.com. That's what that is. And yeah, I'd appreciate you just going to look, because that just tickles my fancy when it says somebody is in your shop today.
That's really cool.
Thank
you. So everyone go check out Crazy Pop Mom and her cool artwork. She's selling paintings tomorrow in person out in Canada somewhere. The spot where I'm at.
That narrows it down. Yeah.
Hey,
at this point, I'm everywhere. Go to Instagram and TikTok and all the other things, except for Facebook, who does not like me because my name is Pot. I'm everywhere else.
So shout out to her. Make sure y'all go support all these wonderful people in the room that have wonderful superpowers, all that cool jazz. So make sure y'all support Uncle Caribou, Uncle Rick, and Crazy Pop Mom. Shout out to all y'all.
You should support Solo too, because boy, Solo. Is he ever positive.
Yeah, give Solo a follow too.
Here.
It's been great, you guys. The show was awesome.
Okay. All right. You guys ready to bolt?
Yeah. No, we haven't heard the words of enlightenment here yet.
I thought I let you do that. I'm sorry, I was so focused on trying to find my thing that you let me talk first. You were supposed to do yours first. I'm sorry.
I'm selfish like that.
No, you're right. You're not.
Other way around.
I got 2 quotes for everybody out there. Make sure y'all get that ready. First quote, quoted by the great Meryl Streep. What makes you different or weird? That's your strength.
Yeah.
Next quote. Ooh, this is a deep one. Quoted by the great William James. The deepest principle in human nature is the craving to be appreciated.
Yeah, I hear that.
Last quote. Gotta come out with a bang, man. Gotta go out with a bang. Gotta pull up. Gotta get a big one. Real nice quote for today. Last one. Quoted by the great Anonymous. Successful entrepreneurs are givers and not takers of positive energy. So Breezy, make sure y'all follow me at Solo420Breezy. Make sure y'all hit me with those cannabis facts or cannabis work or whatever the case may be. Make sure y'all follow me. Peace and blessings.
All right. Thank you for that.
Thanks, Solo.
All right, gang. We get the fuck out of here. Let's get our weekends on the go now. We've got them officially started with Friday Night Shit Show. We'll see you all Sunday morning for the Wake and Bake. Everybody, play safe, but play fun. Have a lot of fun on while you're at it.
Growers love